To this day. To this day.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Sky's the limit, baby.
Boxingvoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
Boxingvoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the Boxing Voice.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another spontaneous edition of the Boxing Voice. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside Michael Gross, and we are back with another one. Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev. It continues to inch closer and closer to being a done deal, and it looks like Kovalev will no longer be receiving 8 figures. In theory, he will, but Top Rank and his other manager main events, or should I say other co-promoter main events, will be taking their cut, and Kovalev is said to receive high 7 figures. I mean, for all we know, he could be receiving like, what? What do you think? Anyway, we'll get back to it. Couple 9 millies there, who knows? Maybe 8 milli, who knows? We'll see. We'll discuss it, but that is what we're discussing. Kovalev, Canelo taking on a new Mexican holiday, taking on El Día de los Muertes, which starts from October 30th till Saturday, November 2nd. You've seen, the Mexican tradition in the ring before, as you'll see one of the guys come in with the skeleton mask or the death mask. This has been done before. We just never had a Canelo fight on this holiday, but it is a traditional Mexican holiday. You can look it up. They celebrate by, eating, feast, visiting the cemetery, and just, basically remembering past loved ones on this day. But it is a day that Mexicans come together and celebrate. Is Canelo trying to make a new Canelo date for himself, showing September, Cinco de Mayo, it just doesn't matter. I'm Canelo Alvarez. This is what we're going to be discussing. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let's go out to Indiana. Gross the boss.
ThaBoxingvoice production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Boxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. And he stayed out before he said it.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yo, what up to everybody out there in TBV universe, back with another one. And yes, it does seem like the Canelo and Sergey Kovalev fight is getting closer, but there is something that could possibly interfere with that viewership. Did you guys know? I know this is a boxing channel, so let me go ahead and fill you in right quick. UFC 244 will be on that day. That's also a pay-per-view. The Zone is not a pay-per-view, but it's like pay for the month, so kind of the same thing. If you want to see Canelo, you might go by month. But it will be headlining Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. We all know Nate Diaz got a big following, and Jorge had an impressive first-round knockout of his last opponent, so his buzz is going too. So that could interfere with some of the subscription numbers, but we'll see, and we'll talk about it. I guess it wouldn't, right? Because you can always go back and watch it.
Definitely don't agree with it messing up the subscription numbers. I believe the exact opposite. I think that if anything, it's going to be Canelo affecting UFC numbers. Canelo is the cheaper date on that, or the cheaper event on that date. We had a few callers calling on our previous show about the Tyson Fury and the Mexican flag, and one was saying that how they were scrambling to decide which event to watch, Dazn, ESPN, etc. And I think that that's going to be the case on November 2nd, but true boxing fans, true Mexicans will tune in to Alvarez. Maybe they'll watch UFC on the playback.
It's a possibility. I just wonder how big of a following that does Nate Diaz actually have. You know what I'm saying? Is he like is he Mexican American too? I'm not quite sure. Is he Mexican American?
I think so, but didn't he just fight? And I didn't see any headlines, or you didn't mention anything about how
he was out here. Remember he was at a party with that big ass weed blower and shit.
No, I hear you, but we didn't see anything about how Nate Diaz's numbers were, through the roof.
Yeah. He wasn't even the main event, so I don't think you can say anything about his numbers. But I guess I'm happy for this fight, Canelo and Kovalev. I'm glad Kovalev is getting his money, and I see why Kathy Duva first offer from Golden Boy wasn't suffice, because they had to get their money too from Top Rank and main events, and you also want to leave Kovalev with a nice purse on that payday, and that gives credence to what Derevchenko was talking about too. That 5.5 or 6.5. Maybe if you would have gave him 8 or 9, that would have salvaged the fight. But I guess this fight with Kovalev is a bigger fight, so he probably deserves a little bit more money than Derevchenko.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, look, this just shows anybody out there, like, you should really make up your mind. It's Canelo, and you really don't have too much room to negotiate. You could end up on the outside of these negotiations where now you're just giving your counter offer to yourself. People in our chat are saying that Nate Diaz is a needle pusher, and that's cool, my friend. You're obviously a UFC fan. Careful with the words, but show me some articles, man. I didn't run across anything saying how Diaz was, doing $1 million plus on UFC. I mean, we didn't see anything like that. So, you could get upset all you like.
Yeah. I just brought that up as a thought because I've seen, like, this happened to like Kovalev a lot. Like, I know one night Wilder was fighting and a UFC event was going on too, and Kovalev was fighting. He was fighting that guy Miller Lincoln or some shit like that when he won his title back. So this happens to Kovalev a lot, where his dates are not only influenced by, well, not influenced, but have UFC on the same date, but he also can compete with boxing on some of those days too. Are there any boxing events that day? Let me look at the calendar right quick.
Not that I know of, man. Not that I know of. But
and what is this holiday? Like, what is Dia de la Muerte?
The Dia de la Muerte starts October 30th till November 2nd.
What is it though? Is it like Halloween or something? Something like that?
It isn't like Halloween. It's a day that Mexican people come together to celebrate their past loved ones.
Oh, celebrate the day. Okay. I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know fucking Top Rank. Like, is the fight gonna be on the zone and stuff like that? So why is Top Rank got a hand in Kovalev pocket too? I mean, is he like the official co-promoter?
Well, he's definitely got a co-promotion with him for sure. But the Day of the Dead, in Spanish, Dia de los Muertos, is a Mexican holiday celebrated throughout Mexico, in particular the central and south regions, and by people of Mexican heritage elsewhere. The multi-day holiday involves family and friends gathering to pray for and remember friends and family members who have died and help supporting the spiritual journey. In Mexican culture, death is viewed as a natural part of the human cycle. Mexicans view it not as a day of sadness, but as a day of celebration because their loved ones awake and celebrate with them. So that is the Dia de los Muertos. So you see, it's not a sad thing. So they could definitely go see Canelo on this day,
There's a lot of things popping that day too.
What else?
Miguel Burchell is fighting Jason Sosa that day.
Yeah, he's not big
Saucedo's
enough.
back. PBC on FS1 got a card. And also the NBA season starts on the 29th to 31st, and they normally do like a whole week rollout. So it's gonna be a lot of sports around that time. I want to see the I know Canelo has superior drawing power. I know he does great numbers. I just want to see how many fans are interested in Canelo-Kovalev when all these other things are going on.
Yeah, I mean, we got people in our chat saying that, Nate and the other UFC dude will do way over $1 million. I mean, you said Nate was a co-main. They're challenging you saying he was a main. What's the deal?
He was a co-main last time. He fought a 3-round fight. He 2-year layoff, shit like that. So, I mean, when he comes back, I mean, he has a good chance of doing good numbers because of the Conor McGregor fights and the popularity that he got off that. And people just fucking like Nate, man. He's a rebel. He smokes weed. He smokes CBD before workouts. So people like that shit. You know what I'm saying? He throws water bottles and shit. So he's just a rebel that people kind of gravitate to. I mean, I expect both the boxing and UFC to do good numbers. I just want to see. Well, I'm not going to be able to because the zone don't divulge that information. I just want to know what the numbers are. You know what I'm saying? So we can kind of compare the UFC to the zone.
I think once this is finalized and officially announced, it's going to do big numbers. Just from our little poll barometer gauge with our callers asking how many felt Andre could move up and challenge Kovalev on this very day and Charlo. And not many gave those guys the shot that they're giving Canelo. Canelo is being called the cherry picker for this fight. So I believe if the hardcores are that mad, the casuals are going to gobble it up.
What's the venue that you would like to see this fight at? Is it a Vegas fight? I know it may not go in New York because of the UFC that their card is in New York that day. But is it a Vegas fight? Is it a Dallas, Texas maybe? Or is it like a West Coast thing?
Nah, this definitely is happening in Las Vegas. They already said it. That's why I'm trying to do Border Wars in November for this jammy jam right here. November 2nd, Kovalev, Canelo, Saturday, Dia de la Muerte in Vegas. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Yeah, like they had officially said, not officially, but obviously the people that continue to report on this, Chris Mannix, shout out to Chris Mannix, and shout out to the first person to find out about this and report on this, Michael Coppinger. They have continuously said it was T-Mobile, then Coppinger went back. It's no longer T-Mobile, but it's still Vegas, so it'll be in Vegas.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's always a good fight venue, you know what I'm saying? I do enjoy Vegas, you know what I'm saying? But it's a shocker it's not at the T-Mobile because that's normally Canelo's stomping ground, you know what I'm saying? His last couple of fights in Vegas have been at the T-Mobile. Gennady, Daniel Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So
how much of a chance?
What's your thought on this? We got a commenter by the name of HH4560. This UFC event gonna kill Canelo-Kovalev even. Kovalev gonna stop Canelo though. So it's a two-parter there, but he feels that the UFC event is, I don't know, too big.
I mean, the main event is legit. I mean, it is totally a legit main event. It's gonna be blood and guts. So I'm not gonna say it's gonna kill Canelo because there is a unknown factor. Canelo's going up 2 weight divisions, fighting Kovalev, the Krusher. I know we all know that he wasn't the guy that he once was, but at 175, older guy, there's your weight division, a small guy coming up. Let's see how Canelo Chin will hold up if he get caught by one of those right punches. Let's see if some of those punches that Gennady landed on Canelo, if Kovalev can, and let's see what kind of adverse reaction that he has to it. Because, in my opinion, outside of Gennady, he hasn't fought a devastating puncher like Kovalev yet. Rocky Fielding wasn't that. Daniel Jacobs, I mean, I don't think he was that. Gennady Golovkin, you can even say, I mean, he's he's solid, man. I guess you can't really say deny it, but yeah, I haven't really seen him up against a big time puncher like Kovalev, who has the weight, the reach, and the size advantage over Canelo. So I wouldn't say that the UFC event will whitewash it, but I do think both events will be very successful and very competitive versus each other.
Hey, see if you got any unconfirmed fights on your betting site. I want to see if there's any initial odds for this yet.
Only one that I had was I think I got AJ and whether that's official. But yeah, they normally they don't give you the prop bets, but they will give you a money line if they think that the fight has a good possibility of happening. So.
Yeah, I got the same 3 unconfirmed still. Mayweather, Pacquiao, Khan, Brook, Wilder, Fury.
They still got Khan Brook on that bitch.
And Mayweather, Pacquiao. Starting to feel like Wilder, Fury might not happen either now that they lumped them up with that one. You know what I mean? Pretty weird.
Yeah. I think Wilder Fury is still happening, though. I think
check FanDuel.
You can't afford to pay Fury all that money and not get no return on it.
Yeah, but remember, that's top rank. That's their paycheck. Yeah. That they got to sign that check to Fury. So that's their issues that they got to deal with. But let me see here.
I got Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder. I got KSI, Logan Paul. KSI plus money right now, big dog.
Word?
KSI plus money.
But I told you though. Logan Paul looks straighter, man. His right hand looks straighter. Bro, we got nothing. They got nothing for this Canelo-Kovalev. Let me see. UK usually does it, though. Let's see if Skybet got something.
I got Nonito. I got Chisora Parker. Chisora plus money.
Yeah, but those are real ones, man. We talking about unconfirmed fights. Look,
I don't have any unconfirmed. All my shit confirmed. It's crazy to see how these guys are plus money. Derek Chisora, man, might be a little money be made on Derek. But yeah, as far as the matchup though, Canelo does good body work. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. We all know Kovalev don't like it to the body. So I think that's probably will be.
This is a show in itself. Alvarez is a 7-1 favorite.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Plus 700.
Kovalev will be 4-1 underdog per the same outlet.
They look here.
7-1 favorite Canelo, 4-1 Covey. It's Covey, baby.
Canelo look good, you know what I'm saying? He a good boxer, but 7-1 is just disrespectful for a guy who never even touched the division. Like if there's no weight clause or whatever, Kovalev's gonna come in the ring 190, 195.
Y'all disrespecting Canelo. He gonna show y'all. He gonna learn y'all. I'm telling you.
7-1. Come on,
7-1. 7-1.
Well, yeah, those are like the particulars. The deal is inching forward. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to Mike Carpenter for that.
Give me your guesstimation on this high seven figure. So what do you think? Do you think he's getting that whole 9? Or you think he's 7-8?
I think Top Rank probably got him 1.5. Main events maybe got 1.5, 2. And you might leave him with, because I think the package probably would start at like around, if Daniel Jacobs reportedly got $12 million, then Kovalev probably come in, let me get 15, and you let them split, or 14, and let them split that little extra off the 10, and you come back with the 10. So I'm 9.5, 8.5, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere a good ballpark for him. His highest payday of his career. Hopefully he can go out there and get a draw or something so they can do it again. You know what I'm saying? He can get paid twice. You know what I'm saying? So he might go out there with a little bit more added motivation, because this is a big payday, and he gotta feel disrespected though at the end of the day. Like, this little motherfucker from 160 gonna come up here and he wanna pick me? I'm the most proven motherfucker out of everybody. Better Beef ain't did shit. He ain't did nothing. Guy check be the old dude. The dude that was ducking me that I wanted to fight. And I'm being Kovalev. I know technically he wasn't ducking him, but it is what it is. And Alvarez, I took him out. You picked me and all these guys, so he got to feel like a little bit disrespect or a little bit.
Or just elated, my friend. This is the Willy Wonka ticket, right?
I know the money is great. The money is great, but what The audacity of you to think that you can come up 2-weight divisions and beat me. I've been here. I'm a 3-time world champion in this division. Some people say I beat Andre Ward my first fight. A guy who you didn't want to fight at 168.
Respect Canelo. Everything you saying only indicates that these fickle boxing fans need to respect Canelo. You are laying out the dangers. You just said it. You just discredited every other champion by propping up Kovalev as the most recognizable champion. You said arguably beat Andre Ward. I mean, Canelo uses his old R8 that we used to see on HBO. Remember that white one? That's what he has his balls in while he's in another car. That motherfucker, I'm telling you, bro. Look, people could call in. They could say once because I'm pushing them to, and I got the pressure on. Who you picking? Could Andre do it? You don't hear nobody like, yo, word is born. Kovalev would never fight Andre. They know. Nah, I gotta force that question on him. Charlo out here talking about who you said Charlo was fighting the other day. No, seriously, tell the world.
He is rumored to be fighting Dennis Hogan for his WBC title.
You see what I'm saying? Like Canelo and cherry picking the same sentence is ridiculous. Dennis Hogan, y'all bugging. Akinwande, my man about to move up 2 divisions, and they still got him a 7-1. I swear that is a show on its own. 7-1, insane.
Those are tremendous odds. I don't agree with that, but
yo, that's money on Kovalev. Let me tell you, I'm not even playing. I could talk all that Canelo shit I want, but I guarantee if they really gonna be fucking 7-1 at that time, nah, I'm dropping them easy. I'm gonna put down at least 25-50 on Kovalev. Easy, man. You know.
I might just put money on the fucking thing to go to the well, cause we all know if we go to the decision in Vegas, it's gonna go to Canelo way. But damn.
I mean, not really. Didn't Kovalev get one that first fight with Ward, or was that a draw?
That was a draw.
Oh my God, he was a draw. Wow.
So Kovalev in Vegas. I mean, look, I don't agree with the odds, but there is money to be made. So if Kovalev can do it, and you believe in, if you're rushing over there, like, oh man, we can do it. Put your money down, man. 7-1, 4-1. That ain't bad odds.
Yo, Sam D said Hogan beat Jaime Munguia. I don't care what anybody say. I mean, does that mean that he's a threat to Jamal Charlo? Does that mean that Hogan is on the level of Kovalev? Like, that's all I'm saying. Dare to be great. You got Canelo out here daring to be great. I got to go back and clip the show. Mike was the promo. It's like, he arguably beat Ward? He the best in the division? You know, this guy be the old guy. That guy beat nobody. What? Yo,
I'm just saying, bro. If it's over there, it gotta be some level of animosity. Like, I can't believe, like, did they really think I'm sweet? Like, motherfuckers just niggas are lining up to fight Kovalev. Like, Yard waited his turn. Yeah. Alvarez got 2 fights with him. Canelo plucked him out. Like, motherfucker, Kovalev getting a lot of nice fights at the end of his career. And I guess that's what happens when you get an older aging champion. He's a name. You put him in a ring with up-and-comers and try to let him make a name off of him. But Kovalev, I mean, he showed some bounce back, and the size difference is going to be massive, bro. Like, I know Rocky Fielding was a big size difference, but Kovalev is a lot stronger than Rocky, a better boxer,
slower.
He's slower than Rocky?
Slower. He aging in front of you, bruh. You said it. Y'all waited his turn. You got dudes out here lining up to fight you. You sweet like bear meat. They want some. I'm telling you. And after watching Yard with limited experience, you know what I'm saying? He and Canelo cannot be compared. Not in skill, not in stamina, not in fluidity, not in technical, like nothing. What? Body maybe? Because they both like got fucking GQ bodies. That's it, bro.
Been a natural 175 and probably been the power too. Maybe a little bit more than Canelo.
I don't know, man. Canelo been knocking out names. You've been knocking out cans. So, you know, we don't really even know where your power at. You know, you had the shot to show us where your power and you ain't
Canelo
knock
last
him
knockout
out.
again?
Who's?
Canelo.
Rocky Fielding. Who is a better knockout than your man's? Y'all ain't got no knockout.
I totally understand.
And that's what I'm saying. Canelo's caliber of knockout is still higher than Yard's. And if Yard did that, and I get what you're saying, yeah, Ness, but Yard is a naturally bigger man. You right. But look at his level of opposition. Canelo knocking over soldiers for real. My man knocking down the front line. Feel me? I don't know. I'm just saying. That's just me. But that's my final thoughts.
Hey, Rocky Fielding on my front line, nigga, we in trouble, goddamn.
I mean, I don't think Rocky Fielding with a regular world title is on the front line. Like, you know who's on the front line? Yard. He out there naked.
I'm just saying, like, if Canelo knocks out Kovalev, that'd be a big achievement because he wasn't able to knock out Jacobs, Gennady, and who else did he just? And Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He wasn't able to knock him out either.
Wow.
Or Cotto. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So people are like basically lying to themselves because that's a lot of recent fights. He ain't getting no knockout. How he gonna knock out Kovalev to the body? I mean, I thought he was knocking him. I thought he was knocking him out to the body myself.
Didn't knock out Trout. He knocked out. Didn't knock out Lara. He knocked out Kirkland.
James Kirkland.
Knocked out Liam Williams. I mean Liam Smith.
Yo, so it's money to be made. There you go, man. We all wrong, and Kovalev about to sleep him.
If Kovalev, I want to see how he reacts to a Kovalev punch, though. I've seen motherfuckers do.
He gonna roll with that. You know he is. He ain't gonna get hit flush by Kovalev.
Yeah, Kovalev and Kovalev with Buddy McGirt now, third fight, that jab pumping, with no Buddy gonna have him in tip top shape. Well, in the best shape that he can be in. You know what I'm saying?
Tip top shape, man. He better been in camp.
I hope he took like a week off or 2 weeks off and got like right back in because he can make some money if he goes out there and pulls up the upset. Like
a week off, it ain't even been. It just barely been 2 weeks. Time just flies for us because we do a lot of shows, but it just barely been 15, 16 days. Today's the 11th. That fight was what, on 24th? So we talking about 7 days to the 31st of August, and now, all right, so we had 18.
It was like about 2 months ago.
We had 18, so in a couple more days, he will have officially 3 weeks. He's still in Russia somewhere chilling on the beach, letting his handle. You know what I'm saying? Kovalev ain't in the gym. He's smashing shots down right now.
Canelo in that motherfucking gym. I seen he posted a picture on his IG a couple days ago.
Oh, no, Canelo stay in the gym. But you are right. That is crazy for me, let alone the world. Me, I'm like, whoa, I should know better. That is crazy, right?
Later, Alvarez knocked out Kovalev. It was a good punch.
I think that's what they're looking at, though, right? Could that be it? And I mean, and they thinking Ward. Ward wasn't a puncher either.
No,
Ward wasn't a puncher, and they like, yo, Ward did it. Now
Yard
is a dude that he's like, yo, he ain't on his level, and he almost did it. Then Elderly Alvarez, he wasn't on that level, and he did it. So it's like, yeah, you at a disadvantage, but your skill should take you there.
That punch that Ward caught Kovalev with, it was like he put his whole body in that motherfucker, that right hand. I'm talking about Kovalev must have relaxed for a second. Wow.
Man.
I said, Ward, god damn.
I tell you what, man, I'm going to bulk myself in with the rest of the boxing fans. We are some disrespectful motherfuckers. I got his box rec open. He's only lost twice. 3 times. And we counting him out. How is he a 7-1?
He lost 3 times?
Yeah, 3 times. 2 by knockout and just 3. He got Elderly and 2 Wardies.
Oh, yeah, the first war wasn't a draw. I keep forgetting that it wasn't a draw.
You out here giving me fake information.
I thought it was, man, it should have been something like that, bro. But, yeah, he only lost to the fucking elite. And maybe the Alvarez fight was a motherfucking slip-up where he just took him lightly and got his ass caught.
True. But just like
Alvarez, go ahead.
I was gonna say true, but just like anybody's career, like for instance, right? I'm high on Canelo for this show, right? So somebody gonna be like, yo, but you know, he lost to Laura, he lost to Trout, he lost to Triple G both fights. So like it's the same for Kovalev. Like, yeah, he only got 3 losses. Yeah, they only 2, names in the sport, but it's the way he looks in them fights. You know what I mean? That's what I believe Eddie Reynoso and Canelo are banking on. They're like, man, Alvarez wasn't like, he wasn't a sports car. You know what I'm saying? Earl is like I don't want to go too lavish, but Earl is a sports car. He's a fucking American muscle. Like Alvarez, he came out of nowhere, man. Like we wasn't, not even out of nowhere. He was there for a while, taking hella step aside. He made a house in Colombia off step aside money, champ. So it's like we didn't know how good he was, so that was like an upset, And damn, on paper, I forgot. See, I thought that first war, because I was live at both of those war fights as a fan, too. We was grouped up like a mug.
Damn, you went to a war fight?
Yeah, I mean, bro, like, yo, I go to the fights that, like, it's all the people's there. Yo, like, I talk to these dudes every day. They call in every day. Like, if everybody like, yo, I'm going. I'm like, yo, we there then. We all there. That's what I'm saying. It's like November. I wouldn't mind doing it. I wouldn't mind November in Vegas for this fight. This is all right. And we gonna see here. For Ward, he better cross his fingers, hope these negotiations fail. I mean, not really, because he look in the mirror. He know that he's not the star that Canelo is. But remember, Kovalev numbers failed twice on pay-per-view with Ward. We about to see, oh, damn, no, we not. No, we not. It's not pay-per-view anymore. Yo, the zone be killing me with that. I be forgetting so often.
But if Canelo goes out there and beats Kovalev with no controversy, it may say something about, what I'm saying?
About Andre?
How can you entice Ward to come back, honestly?
Hell yeah, you could, man. Money always talks.
He said he left tens of millions on the table.
He said that in the Rogan interview, I'm assuming?
He said it twice, nigga. He said it in the Rogan interview.
Tens of millions? Tens of millions.
Tens of millions.
Who offered him 10 million?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was thinking.
I could see the 10 million. I could see it. I'm not going to say 10 million because it could be more. It definitely can't be less. But I'm going to say I could see 8 figures for War for Frotch offers.
No, he said it was going to be a tune-up in Oakland against somebody, just like a comeback fight. Tony Bellew, Anthony Joshua.
But that's what he wanted.
That's what it was. If he was going to continue, that was going to be mapped out because he was like he had just got done with his deal with, I believe, HBO or whoever.
Rock Nation,
so he was
Rock Nation.
Yeah.
But that was his plan or route because if he's saying he spoke to Eddie and Eddie was going to give him Bellew and then that's different. But
there was talks about Bellew and Ward earlier last year.
Yeah. And there was talks from Max Kellerman and HBO of Joshua and Andre.
Virgil Hunter came out and said, "Yeah, well, we want Joshua after they beat Kovalev."
But he never had that. Like, Adonis had a better shot. If he was active, he had a better shot at Joshua, right? Like, cause he was known puncher. Like,
you talking about Adonis Stevenson?
Yeah, like
how the about this nigga Creed? Like, he had a better shot at being a star. Like, damn, man.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying Adonis had a better shot at knocking out Joshua. Like, who the fuck was going to buy that? Back then, when War was still not alive, but when War was still active, that shit was going to be a pay-per-view. Joshua was still doing pay-per-view.
Yeah, that would be pay-per-view in the UK, but...
That would have been pay-per-view on HBO. Remember, he said that Inception was on a Max Kellerman post-fight on HBO.
Yeah.
So, like, HBO was going back, and they was in love with him. And remember, even when they closed the doors... they still had options. They decided to cut their options. They still had options on certain fighters. And
they still had an option. I was watching an interview with fucking Roy Jones. He said he's still under contract until the end of this year. So I'm guessing the reason why when you seen Jim Lampley maybe is he still got a contract with HBO that he's probably gonna start producing or doing some. I mean, I know Jim is a bias or whatever, but he's one of those figures that, you know what I'm saying, boxing needs its villains and its critiquers and shit like that.
I mean, at this point, all those guys are nostalgic too, man. So it's
Exactly.
like you got to bring them back. It's like me, man. You know, Larry Merchant's been gone for a while. I'm still begging for him to come back. He might come back and be whack. You know, I'm already probably used to his new flavor, but he's nostalgic to me. Like I want that. I want him back. I do. And
that draw like the people back in too, cause like people actually like listen to like those guys call matches and shit like that. They may like listening to them more than they like watching the actual match. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, man. I want them back, even if it's to critique them. You know what I mean? That's just part of it. But like Jim made it fun with the ridiculousness that he would just shout out, and it's like, wait, bro, that punch didn't land. You talking about bang, bang, bang? Get your ass out of here.
And no disrespect to Joe Tessitore, but you ain't no Jim, dog. You cool over there, you know what I'm saying? You got your own little lane, you know what I'm saying? And I see you on Monday Night Football, and I see you doing college, but when it comes to boxing, man, Jim just had it, man. Jim was really good. He in Mauro Ronaldo, what's his name?
I don't know, man. Don't get me to butcher it with you.
The color commentator from Showtime. Mauro Ronaldo, or
yeah, something like that.
He's grown on me too. You know what I'm saying? I watched this little documentary on Showtime about depression and shit, and like anxiety and all that kind of shit. So he's growing on me too. I just hope they just influx Jim and fucking Roy Jones and just either get them on Showtime or not Showtime, but get them on Dazn or ESPN, and Dazn could really use it. Dazn could use that help.
Bruh, they got the game fucked up. They need to go back to the clubbing days. You know what I'm saying? The club can't reinvent itself because it costs money. So what you do is you get different DJs. Mr. C playing this Saturday. Funk Flex next Thursday. So that's what they got to do. It's like, yo, Joshua fight, big guns. Larry Merchant, Jim Lampley, Roy Jones. What? You know, another fight, Mora. Like, switch up the cast. You could get a rotating cast. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know? But, yeah, let's go out to the callers, man, see what they think about this. Canelo-Kovalev deal continues to inch closer. The financial package for Sergey Kovalev's side is 8 figures per sources, with both main events and co-promoter Top Rank taking their cut. So Kovalev will likely clear in the high 7 figures. Negotiations for Kovalev and Canelo cleared the significant hurdle today, paving the way for main events and Golden Boy to finalize the deal for Kovalev to defend his 175-pound title against Canelo Alvarez on November 2nd. Sources told SI and Michael Coppinger, who was first to report on the deal. So we're going to go out to our sponsors.
When I watch the Zone, I don't even like it. Doesn't give me that feeling like Showtime or ESPN, because I know those voices. Like, what's my guy's name from the Zone? He's always doing it. He's the Mexican American.
Sergio Mora.
Sergio Mora. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's okay, but everybody else is just like, Sugar Ray, I love you to death. You shouldn't be calling fights. All right? No, I'm just.
They wasting a check on that, man. They paying for the name.
And that's no disrespect to him at all. You know what I'm saying? He's just not a good commentator. Like, he just shouldn't be calling fights. But in the other guy, I don't even know the other guy's name, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Chris Mannix should be down there calling fights and not up there doing what Max is. I would rather see Max call more fights too, you know what I'm saying, than being up there and sitting on the little podium shit.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out to Keem in Florida. What up?
Yo, y'all hear me?
Loud and clear.
What up, Keem?
All right. What is going on, Big Mike? So real quick, man, on the Nate Diaz and the Masvidal, that's a huge fight. I know it'll do good numbers. I've never personally been a person to think that it really matters what else is on TV that night of the event. I think I've only really heard like this issue with boxing, and to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like people are gonna watch it regardless, no matter what's going on. Like when McGregor Mayweather fought, Cotto and Kamagai fought that same night and got 1 million views on HBO on the same night as McGregor Mayweather. People gonna watch.
I think it matters when it costs money. You know what I'm saying? When you have to, if you're a combat sports fight fan and you want to see both events, you might have to choose. But the good thing about DAZN is that you can come back and watch it if you stay off social media.
Yeah, it's on demand. That's the best thing about DAZN. It's on demand. I love that about it. And I get what you're saying, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm an MMA fan as well as a boxing fan. I remember watching Ortiz and Wilder fight, and as soon as that fight was over, I clicked over and watched GSP beat up Bisping on pay-per-view.
November 2nd.
You said what?
November 2nd. What you watching first?
November 2nd. I'll probably watch Masvidal and Diaz. I'm a huge Masvidal fan. He's from Miami. I watched him come up fighting in Kimbo's backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a kind of a close, I guess, because the whole Florida thing, man. And I'm just a big fan of Masvidal. I would probably watch that fight first, and then I'd catch Kovalev Canelo on the playback. Just me personally.
That's to be expected since you are from Florida and from that region that he's from. So I can respect that.
Keem.
He's deleted.
Give me your fucking boxing pass. You're not allowed anymore picking UFC.
Man, he said he actually seen Masvidal fight in the Kimbo Slice backyard brawls and shit. So that's like nostalgia and shit. So you can't get mad at him for that.
He needs some milk.
Whatever. Yo, Donald and Cat. Oh, sorry, Donald. We'll be right back. Got a boomerang in the building.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the street to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo, TBV, what's good though?
What up,
Stainless man? How you living?
Fresh off work, in between jobs, so I figured I'd go on and get a blunt in. I was watching the morning show, and I got the TBV signal that y'all was live now. So I was like, fuck it, I just went ahead and called in. So I'm on like 15 different topics. We not talking about Tyson Fury, right? We talking about Canelo-Kovalev. Man, unless you gonna hate me, man, but I ain't excited about that fight, man. I'm sorry. It's Kovalev, man. Like the dude is weak to the body, man. I'm sure I'll get excited for that fight as it gets closer, but it's just not the fight I'm itching for. You know what I'm saying? And I know you got the whole
a bit of information that we just came across. Canelo's last 3 stoppages was Liam Smith, Rocky Fielding, and James Kirkland, I believe. He did not stop Jacobs, natural 160. Did not stop Julio Chavez at 165. Did not stop Gennady. Kovalev only been stopped twice, and the first time he came back and it was the last time he came back and avenged it. And the body shots from Ward, so we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't think you can just like.
I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying, but ever since Canelo fought Floyd, he been on a whole another level since he came back, and Kovalev just is not on his level. And it ain't got nothing to do with Ward beating him. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, he not my number 1 pound for pound, but he is like my number 3. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, I should say number 2, because I Crawford right now is my number 1. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, that dude is fierce, man. He a beast. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to sound like no dick rider, but
cut it.
Just to be clear, his last couple of knockouts were Amir Khan, Liam Smith, Rocky Fielding. He didn't stop Julio Cesar Chavez, Gennady Golovkin twice, 2 fights with him, and Daniel Jacobs his last fight. He was, Rocky Fielding, Liam Smith, Amir Khan. Yo, funny is all UK dudes.
American Rocket Fielding. Yeah, it is.
Yo, all UK UK dudes tipping
Y'all
over.
can't tell me, man.
Tipping
Kovalev ain't got a
over.
better chin than all three of those guys.
Yo, nobody got a better chin than Liam Smith. I'm lying. Troy Boomerang.
What up, Troy?
Yes, sir. How are you? Oh, what's up? I heard you speaking on Canelo. I don't disagree that he's going to beat Kovalev because he's peaking. Alvarez is peaking. Kovalev is on his way out, so that's why I believe he's going to beat him. But he hasn't knocked out anybody worth speaking of, to be very honest with you. The Kirkland he knocked out wasn't at his best, so, and I don't recall him knocking out anybody that was spectacular or whatever. But obviously, I see his skill, and he's basically the top man in boxing today. Not Joshua, it's him, then Joshua, and whoever comes after that. But
Ruiz, no?
Who?
Nigga disrespectful.
I didn't hear you.
Andy Ruiz.
I didn't hear you, but that's Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is Andy Ruiz, man. I told you I like the brother, but he's not a special cat. He's just a good cat.
Wow.
But also
Being the first
you got
Mexican
the factor.
heavyweight doesn't make you special, Mike. What the fuck?
No, it doesn't make you. What does being Mexican have to do with anything?
You the first. It's over. He's the first. He's the first, man.
What does being Mexican have to do with anything?
Someone else
brother?
has to
Nothing.
accomplish that now. What you mean? It means not. Yeah, all right, champ. You the man.
Mike McCollum, did you look him up yet? Because he's the first Jamaican, but he's not special because he's the first Jamaican. Yeah.
130, champ. 130.
Hey, we got a super chat coming from Igloo. Igloo 2. Kovalev gonna upset Canelo. Okay. And also, everybody out there, if you're listening right now to my voice, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice and go ahead and sign up for as little as $3 a month. But if you want to watch Border Wars this weekend, if you want to see some good fights this weekend, if you want to see Doomy in action, if you want to see Big Super Mix in action, if you want to see Anthony Queen City Cobra in action, who ducked a $500 bet, but he's still be in action though.
He will be.
$5 for a Patreon for the month, and you get all those exclusive perks. And plus, we got a betting show Friday, and we got Untitled Mondays and Tuesdays film study. We did a film study yesterday on Odo Wallen. I'm telling you, Odo Wallen, guys, the man has power. The wind force behind his punches knocked people out.
Yes, sir.
Straight up.
That is definitely true.
Like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
What's up, man? Yo, man.
Champ, you got to get off that speaker, man. You sound like you in the airport runway. Call it a clear port.
My bad. That better? Is that better?
Nope.
Same thing.
Come on with it.
Hello. Hey, come back to me.
We will. We will.
You on a dolly or something?
That makes better sense. Donald, Richmond, California.
What up, Donald?
What's up? Y'all know I always like to go for the underdog, so I'm going to go for Kovalev to make the upset and put Canelo on cherry picking going wrong. Also, I got to give some aspects in this. As long as Canelo don't take the mushroom from Super Mario Brother that make him bigger, and don't come in the ring and have that star that Super Mario take to have him flying through all the levels. If he don't take the mushroom and the star before he go in the ring with Kovalev, I give Kovalev more of a chance to beat Canelo than what most people are giving him. If Canelo can't stop Kovalev to the body and Kovalev can go down the stretch and box him, realistically, I don't see Kovalev getting a decision because Canelo, this dude, man, I can't give him really much credit for all of his wins because all of his wins got to catch 22 to it. Some people say he lost to Trout. They had open card scoring. I believe he lost to Laura. He lost to Floyd Mayweather. I believe he lost the first fight to Golovkin. It's really hard to give this dude credit when he got the judges in his pocket. He got the Super Mario mushrooms and the stars. And they just let this dude get away with too much shit. I just want for one time for Canelo to fight somebody who he's expected to lose to, no catch weights, no rehydrating clauses, and fight him straight up and beat him so I could say, you know what, this dude did a lot of faulty shit, but I give him that. You know, that right there. That's all I want for Canelo to do because I like him.
I mean, I think that is this, man. This is a fight that he can lose. This is a fight that, even though that betting, I mean, you know, we'll see if that changes once this fight is official.
A nigga, weight matters, man. I don't
Yeah,
know what nobody's
2 divisions. This 2 full divisions too. This ain't like
it ain't no 5 pounds.
This ain't no fake shit. This is a real fighter up there. You know. That's
Man, we
why
had 78 thumbs up, man. 78 thumbs up. I know people are, and you guys, people smashing the thumbs up, man. You can't let these losers who smashing the thumbs down win. I don't know why they're here smashing the thumbs down for. Giving you guys a show and you want to smash the thumbs down. It doesn't make any sense. But I digress. Everybody, if you could, smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show, as you already know.
Going out to Chris in the ATL. What up?
What's good? Canelo-Kovalev. I think if there's no weight clause, catch weight, I'm gonna go with Kovalev. They've got a weight clause, and I'm gonna go with Canelo. But you know, if it's a full 175-pound fight, I just don't see what everybody's talking about with Canelo knocking out Kovalev. You know, I think Mike said it already. He couldn't knock out Chavez Jr. He couldn't knock out Jacobs, who's been KO'd before. So I think a lot of people are underestimating Kovalev's boxing skills, which he put to use on Yard. I think Yard and his trainer Tunde thought they could come in and shoulder roll and slip, you know what I'm saying, Kovalev's jab, pull counter on the jab. But Kovalev knows how to time. He knows how to feint his jab. He hides that jab, and boom, it comes out like a power jab. You don't see it. And I think he can go 12 rounds just boxing Canelo and take the fight. But I give Canelo credit for the fight. You know, I'm not one of these haters who are this ain't no cherry pick. As far as the Vegas odds, I think that 7-1 odds, I think that's trying to lure people into betting on Kovalev, because I think there's going to be some shady shit with the judges. So if it's a close fight, it'll probably be a draw.
Can you imagine the money that's going to roll in on Canelo and how much it's going to go up? Cut it. Ridiculous. You might be able to make some money off Kovalev if Kovalev win.
CYP.
What up, Mr. CYP?
Yeah, we're gonna make this quick. I've been said it was a cherry pick a long time ago, and I'm gonna stick with that. If anybody who's listening or anybody who watches boxing thinks that Kovalev could win a decision, you really don't watch boxing. You just like boxing. Kovalev doesn't even believe he can win in a decision. And so that means Canelo, all he got to do is survive. Canelo survives. Don't be surprised if it's a draw or a split decision win for Canelo. Now, I want to give a scenario real quick for this last minute. If through the fight with Floyd and Castillo, it was real close. Everybody knows that. Now, could you imagine if after that fight, for the rematch, Floyd got caught for steroids? Could you imagine how the fans, how the media would have tore Floyd's ass up and how they would still be talking about it today? It's funny how Canelo gets these passes. And if you're a fan of Canelo, I can't tell you what to do. But at the same time, if your favorite fighter or one of the guys you like get treated like shit, whether it's Dylan White, Big Baby Miller, when they get popped, y'all need to give Canelo some of that hate too. Now, it's over, but at the same time, that man pulls a lot of shit and gets a whole lot of scores and did a whole lot of drug cheating in a fight that most people thought he lost against Triple G. That's very, very ironic that the first time you ever get popped for steroids is when you get a decision against a guy who was tagging your ass. That man Canelo do a whole lot of faulty shit, and speak on that. How would the fans treat Floyd Mayweather if he would have popped for steroids after the Castillo fight, preparing for the rematch? That's it.
Okay, let me go ahead and tackle that right quick. I think on this channel, when it comes to like people who get accused of PEDs, we do reaction shows. You know what I'm saying? We do condemn them, but at the same time, we are the people of second chances. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we have shut out Big Baby. You know what I'm saying? We try to reach out to Big Baby yesterday for a possible interview. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we ever shut out Dylan White. We want to see him back. We've been on air and saying we wanted to see him fight Wilder. So I don't think that as a channel of TBV we're given the illusion that we hate or are hating on the PED users. We want to see those guys back, serve their time, serve their band, pay their fine. But at the end of the day, if it was a mistake, you know what I'm saying, fool me once, shame on you, can't get fooled again, period. So with Floyd Mayweather, I mean, Floyd had some things that came out in the media, right, about IVs and shit like that, right? Like before a fight. So I mean, people talked about that and people raised their eyebrow, but they didn't hold it to the stake. Sort of like Canelo, they kind of let it slide by. So if it's good enough for Floyd, who was the face of boxing at one time, it got to be good enough for Canelo. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, you made a great argument a few shows back when you was like, everybody gets 6 months. Canelo got 6 months. Big Baby got 6 months. Luis Ortiz got 6 months. So, like, I don't really know what energy we're supposed to have. Everybody's getting the same sentences, and everybody's being allowed to fight again. I mean, Luis Ortiz got 2 shots after he test positive twice, and he's still active. This is Dillian White, second time, testing positive. There is an article out there that says he's not going to fight till he's cleared. Mm-hmm. But that's 2 offenses there, you know. So, I mean, the people that were going to fight Wilder, Povetkin, he got like 2 offenses.
2 offenses. Got that I can't even
the other
pronounce.
Dude, Andres Warchek,
yep.
You know.
What's the guy's name from Australia?
Didn't
the fat
John
heavyweight.
Pascal pop? No, I think John Pascal actually was questioning B-Hop.
Yeah,
but,
what's that fat heavyweight name from Australia? Lucas Brown. He got something.
Yeah. Lucas Brown got history.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, his boxing is going to be full of that because we don't have a governing sanction body. It's not our responsibility, you know what I'm saying, to hold these guys to the fire each and every show. You know what I'm saying? We'll do a reaction show. We'll tell you all about it, and then we'll let y'all develop your own conclusions from it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if they're going to allow these guys to come back and fight, we're like, oh, every time he fights, he's a drug. Nah, I ain't got time for that, man. That's too much negative energy I'm putting out towards somebody else. He did his time, paid his fine. Now he back.
Yeah, man. Let's go out to Texas.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, what up, fellas?
What up, big dog?
What up?
Not much, man. Just here on this road. Real quick to CYP, I don't know if you know this, man, but Floyd had a history of being accused of xylocaine and other things for the longest time, so it felt like it wasn't there. There was never any proof. But enough of the steroid talk. Like Mike said, there's a show of second chances. This fight is interesting because as much I favor Canelo to win, and I favor Canelo to get the stoppage, but everybody's talking about how he couldn't knock out Chavez and Daniel Jacobs. Chavez got an iron chin, and we're not talking about, Canelo knocking him out to the head. We're talking about Canelo taking him out to the body. Kovalev is a soft touch to the body, but at the same time, Kovalev is very dangerous. Had that 8th round against Yard not went the way it did, we might be talking about Canelo being in a very more dangerous fight. One round can change the perspective of everything. So I think through the first 4 rounds, Kovalev is going to be a very dangerous fighter. It should be interesting, but after we get past the 4th round, I think that's where the body shots will take effect. Canelo will start to take over, and I think he gets him out of there in 8 or 9. But that's my call, fellas.
All right, Supermax, thanks for calling in. Let me see.
If you're calling in and like you're dwelling on like the PEDs and shit, like you should be asking every time we do a fucking show on Thursday, is there VADA testing? Is there VADA testing? Is there VADA testing? If you're banging a drum like that so hard, you should be.
Not even just VADA. You gotta ask for the fighter to be on 365, because just doing VADA don't mean nothing.
Exactly, because you can cycle off right.
Because look at what Ken said. He said that Earl wasn't on the list. How was Earl not on the list when he just got on the list for the Mikey fight? They was just doing VADA. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but you know, that's that dangerous web there, you know. We got Texas Boomerang.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just trying to get on my game for boxing. I don't know why they gonna call me for a joke. I'm a 54 pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
Yo, man, I agree with a caller like maybe 4 calls ago talking about the way Canelo be moving. I've been talking about this. You know, since the catch weights and all that bullshit, I give Canelo credit for the Jacob win and for the second Triple G win. Other than that, the first one was very questionable. A lot of those fights was questionable.
Fuck credit, and he got his ass cash for that win.
Man, listen. Yeah, that too, and he get credit, but I'm a fan of unification, and it seemed like, unifying the belts. What's up with that? It seemed like either he's avoiding it or I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll unify depending on who got the belt.
I mean, he was just unified at 160 when he beat the man y'all said he wouldn't fight, remember? Then y'all said he wouldn't rematch him, and he did that. Then y'all said he was ducking Daniel, so he fought him. So
okay, go clean out the division if you such a beast.
So then you talking about undisputed. Get your words right. You said, I like unifications. Well, he was unified, champ. He unified versus...
No, I said unify all of them.
That's
unify
called,
all of them.
That's called undisputed. That's different.
But that's the words I use. I said unify all the belts. But my point is, man, it seemed like they avoiding unifying all the belts. Hey, man, I wonder why. Shout out to Demetrius Andrade.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Hey, yeah. Don't go nowhere. So could Andre beat Kovalev on November 2nd?
I don't know. He's worried about the division he's at, 160. He's not bouncing from here to there to give room for the BS.
So you can't see the eye test no more. All of a sudden you blind, huh? All right, I'll let you go, champ.
I'm just saying,
I see
man.
How y'all ducking this work.
Yes.
They ducking this work.
Yes.
They ducking that work, Mike. They don't want to answer. They don't want to answer. They don't want to be. They don't want to get their favorite fighter mad at him.
I do believe, based on the talent of Demetrius Andrade, he could possibly get Kovalev a run for his money. But I think the better question is a better matchup Kovalev and Canelo, or Kovalev and Andre, or Kovalev and Jamel Charlo on November 2nd? Do we give those guys more of a chance of beating Kovalev than we do, beating Canelo than we do Kovalev?
Hell no, because you just said, I think he could possibly beat. You ain't say it's a cherry. People calling this a cherry. So
I said from the first day you called it a cherry. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm still there. I told you, I ain't going back on that.
Nigga can punch.
Man, he can punch. He punched stiffies, dog. He punched people that stand in front of him, man. He ain't punching Canelo.
But is it going to be the Canelo we seen in the Triple G first fight? The one who comes in all bulky and
it don't matter. The boy got that lateral movement. He could do it.
He didn't have it that fight. And we know, and also, let's not leave out shit. Canelo got a knee problem.
Yeah, that's why he stayed right there and he uses lateral movement from the waist.
Hey, we're gonna see.
I mean, I seen Jacobs missing, swinging all win.
Yeah, I did too.
All win. That was his last fight. What have you done for me lately? That's what I'm going off his last fight. You know, and then the one before that, what have you done for me lately? He stopped him to the body, a tall dude. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going off of. People want to talk about 4 fights ago, like people don't get better. You know, no, let's talk about the fight there. It would look like he should have lost. He should have lost to Triple G. All right, then 3 fights, what he done? No, he's ducking Triple G. Okay, so since the draw, what has he done and what has fucking Triple G done? Since that day, that draw, what is Demetrius done? Since that day, what has Charlo done? Like, I don't know. Yo, And this some bullshit. This Canelo show. It's Canelo versus Kovalev. Y'all calling in here mad about Andre and Charlo. Tell them to do something so we can report. Mike, why the fuck you don't want to do a show on Charlo versus Dennis Hogan? Yeah. Why you don't want to do a show on Demetrius Andre versus who? I need a cricket sound bite. That's the fucking problem. Stop swagger jacking niggas out here clout chasing, stealing Canelo name. He out here trying to be great. Oh, fight me. Do something. He doing something. We reporting on him. He giving out an 8-figure payday. Okay, he giving you so much money. He said, oh, you got 2 promoters? Oh, you got 2. Huh, man, give him a couple mil each. Let's go do the damn thing. Man, people be hating on that boy, I swear.
I understand people's point of view, though, you know what I'm saying? They want to see the best in the division, fight the best in the division. But, I mean, if you're Canelo, you building something that's going to stay with you forever, you know what I'm saying? You fighting for legacy right now. So, hopefully, after the Kovalev fight, then we'll get something for Cinco de Mayo, something big, something extraordinary, and maybe a possible unification between Triple G, Andre, or Charlo. Those are the fights that I want next.
Damn, my bad. I felt the pause there. I didn't mean to cut
Go
you.
ahead.
He's following the footsteps of Pacquiao and Floyd. Them dudes is 8 and 9 division champs. That's all he trying to do. That's it. Why not? Why not take Kovalev out? He looked ripe for the taking.
How much pressure was it back? Because I wasn't watching boxing, but I've always heard that Floyd didn't necessarily want to fight Paul Williams.
He ain't want to fight Paul Williams.
Was there a lot of pressure from the crowd and people? Floyd, fight Paul. Fight Paul.
No, because social media wasn't as big as it is now.
True.
Social media wasn't as big as it is now. We have a voice now. We are heard now. They make polls now because comments don't get erased. You know what I'm saying? That's there. So they got to take us into consideration. Yo, Bob is quoted in the past saying like, fuck the undercards. Nobody cares about the undercards. People show up at 9:30. You know what I'm saying? But they show up at 9:30 because you've been putting on garbage. You've been putting on garbage. So why the fuck come early? You know?
And we seen from Eddie, like, if you put on good fights and good prospects, people will like fucking show up. And we seen in Kansas, nigga, they showed up and said fuck it after they let dude fall. They ain't watch Big Baby ass fight, you know what I'm saying? So if you put on like the right talent, the right prospects, and the right location, you can get people there to watch the fight, you know what I'm saying? If you just put on shit in Las Vegas, people are not gonna come and watch the fight, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand why. I'm looking at the Fury card, and I mean it's good. Don't get me wrong, Pedraza and Zepeda.
Oh.
But my God, never Red Tape's gonna be in there knocking somebody out probably in 1 or 2 rounds. But it's a cool card, but it's just like after the top 3 fights, I'm not interested. Like, where's Mikael Mayer at? Where is Cassius Chaney at? You know what I'm saying? Where is fucking all those Robici? Like, get him back out ASAP.
Wait, what you mean Chaney? He signed the co-promotion because he would main events last time.
Main events, but he was on a top rank card last time when he knocked that guy out of the ring. Yeah. They just got him out real quick. Right. Use some of your prospects, you know what I'm saying? Some of the guys that we know, so we can get more familiar with them.
For sure. Let me see what we got. T Plums, talk to me.
What up, T Plums?
What's good, y'all? So, unpopular opinion, and my thing is my thoughts that y'all tend to start giving the Mexican fighters a pass, or not even a pass, just y'all put them in a win-win situation, no matter which route they take, and then the person that they're going against is in a lose-lose situation.
What do you mean? Give me an example.
The Canelo and Kovalev thing. Right now, everybody's picking Kovalev to beat Canelo. I mean, Canelo to beat Kovalev, which I agree with. But at the same time, if Canelo is to lose, everybody's gonna have an excuse. He moved up 2 weight classes and whatever. And even if Kovalev win and don't stop Canelo, he moved up 2 weight classes and he ain't stopping. The same way they doing with Earl Spence. The same way he did with Earl Spence and Mike Garcia. Oh, he moved up 2 weight classes, but you ain't stop him. But it's like it's these people in a win-win situation, and the person they fighting is in a lose-lose situation because it's just.
Let me ask you a question though, big dog. Before we
Go
go on this tangent, how much credit did you give Triple G when he beat Kell Brook?
I mean,
be real with me.
I mean, not the most. I mean,
how much credit did you give Lomachenko when he beat up a motherfucking miniature Guillermo Rigondeaux?
I mean, he got credit for it because you know what I'm saying. He was right away with Rigondeaux.
Yeah, there were people running right with I ain't gonna lie, but at the same time, we seen it in the ring. Like the size disparity was just too much. So if it was good enough for those guys, I didn't think Mikey Garcia was supposed to be in the ring with Earl Spence, and I don't give Earl Spence much credit for beating up a smaller 135 guy who really started at 126. So with that being said, I can't look at Kovalev and say if he wins, he gets a whole lot of credit. No, he don't get a whole lot of credit. He may get some credit, but it's not going to be a lot. And if Canelo loses,
not get credit though.
Cut it.
I was right around with those other guys of fucking coming up short. And Canelo put himself in a win-win situation by being the money man.
Hey Mike, he said we put the Mexican fight in a win-win. How many black fighters moved up 2 weight divisions?
A lot.
Who?
Over time, or like
yeah. And I'm not even being sarcastic. Just sit here and tell me a black fighter that moved up 2 divisions to challenge the better man.
You mean like goes up 2 divisions and like try to fight?
Show me who did what Kell Brook did. Show me who did what Mikey did. Show me who did what Pacquiao did. Show me who did what De La Hoya did. Show me who did what Mayweather, which is the only one, did. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me. How are you saying race baiting, saying, oh, we give the Mexican fight? Bruh, is our fault that they the ones trying? Like, they the ones trying. Who? I mean, am I forgetting someone that maybe Shane fought Oscar? I thought they fought at the normal division. Did he move up 2 divisions?
I mean the only person that comes to mind is Roy Jones Jr. Going up to heavyweight. I mean, you can say Terrence Crawford because he started.
All right. Let's go with Roy, Mike. So if not, what's his name? His name was John Ruiz. If John Ruiz would have beat Roy, would we have said Roy's a bum because he's black, or would we have said, man, he moved up to heavyweight?
Exactly.
All right then, man. I mean, people like to use race for whatever reason. I swear. And I swear.
Got weight classes, man. I always say that, like, bro, it's weight classes for a reason in boxing. Like,
bro, it's also damn to be great, man. Stop fucking crying, waiting for a handout, and do your own thing. Floyd did it.
How many niggas are successful at that shit, though?
Floyd did it. Everything I'm telling all these new generation fighters to do, I'm copying Floyd. I'm just verbalizing it for you. Choke a motherfucker. Floyd did it. Smack a motherfucker. Floyd did it. Stalk a motherfucker. Floyd did it. Jump up a weight division. Floyd did it. Like, why is it so hard to follow the blueprint? What the fuck is wrong with following the blueprint? There was better people before that done it. Oscar done it. Mayweather, Pacquiao, Bernard Hopkins, like Roy Jones. You said it. If the blueprint is there, you tired of being a B-side? You tired? Well, do something. Do something. You know why Crawford ain't no B-side? Because he did something. He was undisputed. He was unified. Do something.
You know a fight that I would love to see? And this fight falls right in line with them doing something? What if Jamal Charlo was to go up and fight David Benavidez? Would that be something?
Oh my God, this dude gonna act like this his idea. Every time we talk Canelo, I say, why the fuck Charlo don't move up and fight Benavidez? I always say that.
Not bad, man.
Goddamn shame. It's a goddamn shame. I'm telling you, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do. Gary Russell sitting there. It take him 10 years to call out Tank. Tank a baby. Tank 24. Gary Russell 34 and I'm lying. I know I'm exaggerating. You could Google his age. I don't give a fuck. But how long he been down there? How long he been at 126? Loma done moved up. Loma done moved up. And by moving up, He forces the pound for pound conversation because that is what pound for pound is established on fighters jumping up divisions and still being great. So if you are tied, let me tell you, Jared Hurd wasn't no B-side. Why? Because he was unified. Laura wasn't no B-side. Why? Because he was unified. Do something. Do something. Do something. Stop fucking begging. Do something. Who we going to? We had a boomerang in here. Let me see. And a mastermind. You first. N.O. holla.
What up, N.O.?
Yeah, man. Mooley went up from lightweight for Oski. They got the win.
How many divisions?
You know what I'm saying?
How many divisions? That's
two divisions. He was a lightweight. He was a lightweight. You know what lightweight is?
There you go. I know, and that's why he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? That's why everybody knows Shane Mosley because he did something.
What about Browner? What about Browner?
He ain't jump up.
What about Browner?
Yeah, he did 135.
Yeah, he did. Come on, Ness, bro. Now, why you gonna try to compare me? Come on, chill out, Ness, bro. When I hit you with something like now, we talking about numbers and all that and box record thing, like that's your lane right there, you dig?
No.
Come on, dog. He jumped up and fought poorly.
Hold on.
He fought poorly.
Hold on, NL, because your energy's all off. First of all, you coming at me like I said no black fighter's done it. I didn't say that. Because I'm the one, Mike mentioned Roy Jones.
That was a question. You said how many? I'm telling you how many. You said, well, how many? I'm telling you. And I said Browner, you said no. I said Browner, you said no.
But you strengthening my argument because the black fighters that you showing that did do what I'm asking them to do are A-sides. Browner keep losing, still an A-side. Come on, man. Come on.
Man, Browner ain't no A-side. Browner A-side against a C-class fighter, man. If you fight anybody with a name, he not no A-side, dog. He was A-side against Pacquiao. Tell me who he gonna be an A-side against.
He probably was A-side because Mikey probably was like 50-50.
Yo, Mikey, you know that was like.
Man, you crazy? He was A-side against Mikey. That's what y'all telling.
I think it was like.
Who name was first? Who name was first?
Man, come on, bro. Come on, dog. You know you ain't A-side against no Mikey. He not gonna be A-side against Thurman.
Bruh.
He not gonna be A-side against nobody, man.
Let me tell you something. Broner knew he was gonna lose to Mikey. So how you think Al Heyman got him in that fight? You think he got him in there as a B-side?
That was two A-sides, dog. That was two A-sides, bro. That was two A-sides.
Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing as two A-sides. Ain't no such thing.
What? Man, Mikey wasn't no B-side. Mikey wasn't no B-side. That's for damn sure.
Listen to me. If Pacquiao's the B-side to Floyd, there is no such thing as an AA. There's no such thing.
Absolutely. Man, see. So you saying Browner got more?
Great call, though. And I gave you hella time because we was debating.
That's a good point, though. And shit, Pacquiao being a B-side, like Pacquiao should never be a B-side, but if there's a Floyd, then there has to be a B-side, right?
Yo, there's only one A-side. And unfortunately, the biggest A-side in boxing invented that term, A-side, B-side, and it's stuck forever. It's in there forever. And that's how we gonna roll with it. You the A-side, you the fucking B-side. You don't like it, do something. I'm so
Who
happy.
coined that phrase? Floyd?
Yeah. That's what I believe.
That nigga should trademark that shit.
Yo, I'm glad he helped us, though. Broner did jump up to fight Paul.
Yep, definitely.
And he was an A-side. He was such an A-side, they was thinking of doing Maidana versus Broner on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he was such an A-side, he moved up 2 divisions to fight Paulie and was the A-side in the fight. So, yeah, when you move up, when you do something great, you know, people love you for it. That's just how it goes. Jay Will, I'm going to go back to you. I know we ain't never been back. What up?
That's why Mikey's been discussed with Pacquiao and Garcia because he did go up and did something great.
Which is atrocious, though, because you should not. I watched that shit again. I actually didn't watch it, right? But I'm searching on the internet for something called PBC Countdown because allegedly they did over 600,000 views, a PBC Countdown for Sean Porter.
I heard about that,
but I can't find it. But then someone re-uploaded like them talking about it while watching it, so I got to watch some of it, and I don't know where I was going with this. Fucking hell.
Mikey Garcia.
So they showed the fight. Bro, that boy got so beat up. And Earl know he lying. Come on, Earl. You can watch that fight and see, bruh, he went for that fight. I mean, he was not. I mean, he was even doing the Porter where you duck your head and you just wing shots. He was doing that on, ducking low. Like imagine, how they practice with the rope in the ring? He was doing that all day on Mikey, just landing big wingy hooks on him too. He was trying to bring the motherfucker in there. So talking about he ain't wanting you wanted to knock out. Chill out, champ. Chill out.
Yes, for sure.
But that being said, Jay Will, talk to me.
What up, Jay Will?
Yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up, man? Yo, just real quick, I agree with the Errol Spence comment you just said. That's definitely a fact. But kind of, touching on Canelo real quick, man. Yeah, I just don't like when I found out Roy got popped for steroids. His legacy changed in my eyes, and like his feat of going up and fighting John Ruiz or whatever, it just didn't seem that amazing because he cheated to do it. So, I guess I'm gonna be a negative Nancy, but I don't think he's really daring to be great because I don't know too many guys who start at 140 and going to end up at 175 and win belts in all those divisions.
What?
And
Come
also
on.
got
Jay Will. He was 15 at 147. He was 15 as a pro, man. Chill, champ. Chill, champ.
No, he wasn't.
Oh man, I got
wasn't.
his record right here. Hold on, B. Hold on. 2005. October 29th, 139 pounds. All right?
It's 139.
Yeah. 130. You said 140. 140, 139. You got to make the weight. 2005.
Right.
So we in 2019. That's 14 years ago. And Canelo is 29. Dog, he was 15. You asking a 15-year-old not to weigh 175 when he's 29. Think about that. You asking a man not to weigh 175 or more. Meanwhile, there's millions of 5'10 males out here weighing fucking 250 pounds. Check out Border Wars. How many short guys are heavyweights? Come on, bro. You guys
but still, at the end of the day, he got popped. So, at the end of the day, he got popped, and then it's like.
I tell you one thing though, just to make
there was a big difference. There was a big difference from how he looked.
More saucy.
90 seconds.
You know there's no Vada for this fight because he ain't even got a WBC belt.
Man, say no more. Say no more, man. I'm done. That's my call, man.
This for Kovalev's WBO. The belts that Canelo got. He just got to leave him there. He don't need to touch him right now because he not fighting in his division. So, yeah, man, this if we see Vada here, boxing is great again.
60 seconds.
If we see Vada, boxing is great again. And here's the hypocrisy, right? Here's the hypocrisy. Oscar De La Hoya put out that or his team, Golden Boy, put out that it was like one of the negotiation hurdles was VADA testing for the Shakur Stevenson fight versus Joet Gonzalez. So if they want VADA testing for that fight, on that level, prospects turn contenders, first title shot. Yo, why? I hope that VADA was written into the contract of this fight. We will see. So far, we have not heard anything about VADA, is all I can say.
10 seconds.
So we got Noah.
Does being the WBC franchise champion make you have to be in VADA?
I mean, I would hope that being a franchise champion, you're still enrolled in the VADA CBP program, clean boxing program, which means they random drug test you. But I'm not sure. Let's go to Noah. Cali, what up?
What's poppin', TBV?
What up, Noah?
One thing I wanted to... You know the gangster Mike, man. You know what's poppin', man. Been missing you on here, man. A few shows, you've been MIA, but we're going to hold up to that. But what I was going to say is, man, look, honestly, bro, like, I understand where Ness is coming from because you have a lot of points, a lot of valid points, like as far as the A side and you get to dictate. I dig it, right? That's the way it goes. That's the way Floyd made it. That's the way it is. But at the same time, you can't say this nigga ain't doing some scumbag ass shit. Like, what he doing is foul. Like, he don't fight the people we want him to fight. He fight who he want to fight. That's not how Floyd acquired this A-side. Floyd mowed down everybody at 30, 35, 40. He was mowing them down. He was like in the 90s trying to get a fight with Shane Mosley. Come on, man. Cut the crap, man. Canelo maneuvers his way through the divisions. He pick and choose who he want to fight, and he earned this disdain. Ain't this the voice of the people? Ain't the people speaking? Come on, man. Knock that shit off, man. He earned this disdain.
Can I challenge you?
Of course, brother. Of course, brother. Go ahead, brother. We're open conversation.
So,
just my opinion.
So Canelo did do what Floyd did. That's what I'm saying. He copied Floyd, bro. He even tried to.
No.
I'm gonna show you.
He copied what Money did. You telling me that?
He copied.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. If I cut you off, go ahead. Go ahead. No, I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead. Finish your point, brother.
He copied what Pretty Boy did because Pretty Boy Floyd was the one that stalked Oscar. Okay. So how did Canelo get the Floyd fight? Same way.
Okay. All right. Hold up. Okay. I dig that. I feel that. That's one thing, bro. But there's something that you're good at that. You're good at hopping on things and hopping off them.
All right, no,
but the one thing that you're not. Hold on, 1 second.
Okay.
Let me ask you this question real quick. Let me ask you this question, okay? Go. So what I'm saying is, you look at Floyd's resume, my nigga, before the Oscar thing.
Okay.
Before the Oscar thing.
I got it open.
You feel me? Before the Oscar thing, bro, he was mowing down division, taking belts, giving them back because he didn't want to pay the second fee. You feel me? That's what he was telling everybody. Oh, that's my old belt. You got my old belt. So I'm still the champ. I ain't never lost. I gave that belt to you. You got to understand, bro, there was never nobody that he hopped over before that, bro. He was knocking them backwards. Moved up to fight, what's his face? Gotti. Like, he was knocking them backwards through the thing. Canelo has moved up, but at not one point has he cleared out a division. Every division he's been at, there's been somebody we wanted him to fight, and he's like, nah, bro, I'm going here. A bigger fight, true, but you never gave us what we want, and that's why you deserve the criticism. I'm not trying to knock Canelo's greatness. I love Canelo as a fighter. Skilled. Is he the face of boxing? Yes. Is he the A-side? Yes.
Noah, you keep saying he never gave us what we wanted. That's not true. Canelo, again, like Prime Floyd fought Castillo, Canelo fought undefeated Austin Trout coming off the biggest win of his career over Miguel Cotto. You guys just like to overlook it because in retrospect now Trout isn't as good as he once was, you know? But that's what he did. And, I mean, let's do some math here on how old he was when he done that, okay? We can do math. We can see what Floyd was doing at that age and what he was doing at that age. Let's check it. 2013, right? We're in 19. Take 6 years off of Canelo's age. He's 23 years old.
7-year pro.
23 years old.
7-year pro though.
Started at 15.
Well, 8-year pro then. 8-year pro.
15. Okay, 15. So ain't nobody just like Little G, okay? Little G, Gabriel Flores Jr., and all the other multiple top-ranked 16, 17-year-old signings. Vito Minilecki Jr. that PBC signed. You think they're going to give him a title shot? Is he going to be fighting the likes of an Austin Trout coming off a fucking Cotto win at 23? No.
Depends on how good he is.
No. Shit. Look at Little G. How many fights Little G got right now? He with Top Rank. How many fights Little G got right now? They signed him at 16. Google him. He about to fight this Friday. Google him. How many fights he got? Don't tell me Canelo is special. Just like anybody, he's human. So some of his shit don't go that way. But let's look at his last three.
I mean, hold on. Pump your brakes right quick, because there is somebody out there who could possibly do what Canelo's doing.
Who's that?
Devin Haney.
What you mean?
Started pro. He about to get a title shot.
Okay. That's not a title shot. That's an interim. Stop disrespecting. Stop disrespecting, because if we're going to do that, we're going to go all the way back. Probably Canelo at 17 had an interim belt.
I mean,
yeah. Remember, he Mexican,
let's
bro.
see.
Remember,
Let's see.
Remember,
But,
he Mexican. You know,
well,
look.
I'm
In
saying is,
2010, he had a World Boxing Council silver welterweight bout. In 2010 again, he won another vacant World Council silver. So, like, if you counting those, champ,
I mean, that's not an interim, though.
We could go back.
But if Devin Haney is successful in being the mandatory for Lomachenko and he gets that fight, then we could start looking at Devin Haney.
Lomachenko.
I know that, baby. I know Bob's not gonna give him Lomachenko. We all know
what?
that.
Bob? I mean, Hearn ain't giving him Lomachenko.
Bro, you out your motherfucking mind.
Bro, I sat down with Hearn. Man, my interview just ain't go up because that shit is already old. You know what I'm saying?
He said he wouldn't make the Lomachenko and fucking Devin Haney fight.
Yo, you could go listen to my Frank one and hear that they not going to no Lomachenko route.
I don't know, man.
He trying to do the same thing you doing. Oh, Bob ain't gonna want it, and then I'm like, so you want it? He's like, well, he's young. He's young. We don't need to rush him.
The fuck you? Devin Haney been saying he want it. Devin saying he want it. Fuck what Eddie saying. Fuck what Frank saying. The zone wanted too.
Let's see what happened. Let's see
zone
what
wanted
happened.
too.
Let's see what happened when they throw these couple 100,000 at him to keep building his profile. Take this 100,000 versus this other dude. You know, we don't know who. You know, I'm telling you, bro. Listen, Loma. Just because I'm hard on Loma, don't mean he a bum.
Oh yeah, we know Loma ain't no fucking bum.
You know what I'm saying?
We all know that though.
Yo, Haney got to go in there.
First of all, Devin Haney ain't no bum either though.
Bro, who is this dude he fighting?
Oh, bro, I watched a couple little clips of them. So I couldn't really find a full fight, but he got some. I mean, just because we don't know him, don't mean he ain't good. All right?
Brother, you said clips, man. Come on.
I mean, I couldn't find a full fight on him.
Come on.
I got to do some more digging.
He's a minus 3,335.
I don't think he'll get knocked out.
Those are Lomachenko odds, okay? Loma be minus 5,000. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah. Look, the promoters can't fool me no more because the betting odds tell you the truth.
The betting odds not always right. Not always right.
Because there's an upset every now and then. That's
no,
what the word is for.
No. Not even that. Like the odds that they be giving on certain fights, like Kownacki and Areola. I knew it was going the distance. I just knew because of the style of fighter that
you're looking at prop bets, Mike. Come on, that's not what we talking about. When we talking about the betting lines, no, we talking about that money line.
Oh, they know who wins. Yeah. Now they're normally right on the upset. Abdulaev, I don't think he's going to win, but I don't think he's going to get knocked out either.
It's the money line that indicates who's the favorite, not the prop bets. The money line, that's telling you who they believe is going to win. Troy in Baltimore, talk to me.
What up, Troy?
Yes, sir. Just run through some things. We covered a lot of stuff, but I want you to Google a cat named Wilfred Benitez. He's in the history books in boxing.
Puerto Rican boxer, right?
That's the youngest boxer ever, youngest champion ever in any sport at 17. Then he won another title. By the time he was 23, he had won titles in 3 different weight classes, I believe.
I bet you he was a A-side.
I don't know anything about that nonsense. I really don't. But
of course you don't.
Yeah, but no, because it's not interesting to me. I told you I stay in ring. I'm not in. As a fan, why would I give a damn about numbers and anything like that? Why? I don't pay to be an accountant. I pay to be entertained. That's just it. But I just want to let you know that. I mean, I actually called in for something else, but I kept hearing you saying he was 23 and he did this or that, which I respect. But again, if you would just study history, brother, and I don't say that to knock you because you're the best at what you do right now as a podcasting in boxing, but just imagine if you added some knowledge to that.
Yeah,
this way you can shut me the hell up.
You also got to add this generation's knowledge because I'm using Canelo's achievement at 23. That was not his first world title. I'm just giving you at 23 something that very few boxers to come in the next 10 years won't be able to do.
But also, real quick, because I know you're gonna cut me off. Tommy Hearns moved up to 147 fought the Rand. Tommy Hearns moved up to 160 and fought Hagler because you said that black fighters don't move up and fight any top fighters.
So right there, Tommy Hearns moved up and fought 2 top fighters.
Yeah.
He won one and he lost one.
Yo, I'm just telling y'all, listen, man, y'all gotta really clear y'all ears, man. Y'all making the case for me. You keep calling in telling me fighters that moved up. Say it with a different energy because you're not proving me wrong. You're proving me right by giving me fighters that moved up.
Oh, bro, come on, man.
Mike.
Jaime.
What? What about
Jaime Munguia?
What about him?
He was 21 when he got the belt from Saddam.
Okay.
There are people out here doing what Canelo was doing, like in the early on stages at 23.
Again, all of you guys are taking what we're talking about and trying your best to win the argument by fragmenting the debate.
Okay.
We never said Canelo was the youngest champion.
I never said that either. But
that's what people keep calling in now. All of a sudden saying he was 21. All I said is at 23 years old, he beat someone who was undefeated, a world champion, and already had a win over an active legend in Miguel Cotto.
Same thing for Jaime Munguia.
Are you bugging?
Yes.
Oh, you're right, because he beat the same man. He beat the same man.
The only thing he didn't have was an undefeated record because he lost to Jesse Vargas.
Motherfucker always catches me, yo. You're right.
Jesse Vargas, but Jaime, bro, when you turn pro at 16,
that's fucking right.
By the time you get 23, 24, your career is going to be more developed than a guy who coming out of the Olympics and started boxing at 19 or 20.
I can't believe
that's just how it goes.
I forgot all about Jaime fucking beating Saddam, who beat Cotto.
Beat Cotto. Cotto is the barometer.
That's the entire basis of my argument. Trout beat Cotto, so fuck, man. I mean, look, just to look a little bit better. That's a different version of Cotto that fucking Saddam beat. That's an older version. You know what I'm saying? That's after. Look, Canelo beat Trout, then beat Cotto. You know what I'm saying? And then Jaime went on to do what he did. But you still got that off.
But that Cotto was
nobody else is like that though, right? Who else could say that?
I mean, I gotta look at
and the beauty of this argument is, look, you got guys
how old was fucking Teofimo Lopez?
The beauty of this argument is you got everybody calling in Eno, you got Troy, but they giving you legends. You know, Eno bringing up Floyd. Who else he brought? He brought up Floyd and one other fighter, right? Shane Mosley. Uh-huh. Then you brought up Roy Jones, right? Then he brought up Wilfredo Benitez and fucking Tommy Hearns. We talking about people who are great that we never gonna forget, and that's exactly my argument. Okay. Dare to be great. Dare to be great, and you will be the A-side. You will not be waiting for a fight. Andre's sitting around waiting for the whole 60 division. Go do something. Chase Billy Joe at 168, and at least it's a fake accomplishment of getting a 168-pound title, because we all know Billy ain't really a 168-pounder. He beat it from a vacant dude. You know, he ain't beat it from a real 168. So for Andre, at least go that route. You know he ain't even a real 68. But nah, they sitting around waiting. They waiting.
They gonna wait, man. They want that big money, and they ain't been delivered. Mm-hmm. Somebody gonna have to end up fighting each other though, over there on the zones. It'll have to be Gennady and Andre, or Gennady and somebody.
And you're right. Teofimo got what, 12 fights?
Yep, he about to be 22 years old. He got a fight with a Comey coming up for the title.
Is it 12 fights? Because Shakur got 12. Shakur is tied with Guillermo. Guillermo got his first world title.
Got like 13.
Guillermo got his first world title shot at 12 fights. And David Benavidez was another one. That's why they treat him like an A-side, though.
He is A-side, though.
Even without a belt, though. Is because he was the first youngest world champ. You got to do something.
We all know the circumstances of how he lost. I don't even count him. Nigga losing it. He's still a champion. I thought he's champion in emeritus status, right?
Man, you hell if I know. You know that the WBC, man, I don't know with all that stuff.
Thank God that nigga seen another day.
Ali and Dago, what it do, baby?
What up?
What's happening with y'all, man? Mike, Ness, how y'all doing?
Blessed, brother, blessed.
Word up. Another day, another podcast. Loving it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Look, man, I think Kovalev is going to beat Canelo, man. I think he's a little bit too big. I think he's too big for Canelo, and I think out of everybody Canelo's ever faced, Kovalev is going to be the biggest puncher he's ever went against. He hits harder than Triple G, in my opinion. You know, I think this is kind of a bad kind of cherry pick because I feel like Kovalev is a good boxer puncher. He's not a stupid fighter. You know, he's a thinker. So I think, you know, with his stiff jab, a lot of people ain't talking about the fact he knocked Yard out with a stiff jab. He just stepped into it, but it was a jab. You know, and I wonder how Canelo's gonna handle that jab. You know, and I think Kovalev will be able to take Canelo's body shots more than people think. Like, I mean, he's not just going to stand there and get hit. He's going to move around, and there's going to be times in the fight where they both trade at the same time. And for me, I feel in the trading department, I think Kovalev will get to Canelo first because he's much longer and taller. But I could be wrong. I mean, Canelo might go in there and destroy him, but I'm going with Kovalev, man. I just feel he's too big. That's my call, y'all.
All right, Ali and Dago, man, thanks for calling in. We got AJ and Cali. Talk to me.
Hey, what's good? What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
All good, all good.
So, first off, I'll go off and I'll just say I'm picking Canelo to win this one, and I don't even see it being a banger or a ball ban or nothing like that. I see it being a technical method because Canelo, I feel, will have Kovalev gunshot because of the fact of his kind of body shot. But that stiff little jab will still fucking have Canelo far enough to the point where he'll have to establish his distance through fucking going through his head movement and his little shoulder fucking rolls going in. But I see maybe one knockdown, but I see this going 12, man, on the real. And I mean, in terms of the view, in terms of what's going on over on the other side of UFC, I mean, they have their peoples for a reason, man. They got motherfuckers on that side that they stay committed to MMA. So if MMA's on, boxing's gonna take a back seat to it. But I mean, I feel both will stand out. So I mean, other than that, I ain't got nothing else. That'll be easy. That's like, but
AJ, thanks for calling in.
I forgot to say why the November 2nd date is so important. It puts the Joshua Ruiz on a different monthly plan. So if you get it on the 2nd, then you probably have to re-up again on the 2nd of December to get that Joshua Ruiz fight that's coming on the 9th hour, 7th, something like that.
Good thinking, Mike. That is true. We got, let me double check here. Looks like I want to double check with both of my masterminds. Do you want your boomerangs, Joseph? And no. You want yours, Joseph? That's a no. That's a no. No. That's a no.
Whoa.
All right.
Say, Ness.
Yes, sir.
Say, bro. How Triple G got? How he was able to just hang around, just something fell in his lap, you dig? You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking head jump up nowhere, you heard? He said that he gave us Willie the Worm, and then he gave us Dominic Weeds, and did, you know? That boy, he was infamous for knocking over tomato cans. I think I saw a video with Triple G, like back in the cap. He just running through Walmart, knocking over cans. You hear me? Just them like, that's a crazy white guy, man. He just running through Walmart, just knocking down fucking cans till something landed in his fucking lap, dog. I ain't gonna lie, we were putting pressure on him, but it wasn't like this yet, dog. But nobody asked him to go up 2 weight classes.
Yes, we did. Oh man,
I'm saying you,
fickle,
they 2 weight classes. Man, we're talking about war. Man, we're talking about 1 weight class war. Man, we weren't asking them to jump up 2.
I'm gonna let you kill your own time.
So we said we wanted Triple G to go up to 175 or 168. I'm right or wrong. What we want him to go at? 1 weight class. You dead? We want the Charlo and Andre to go up to 175 just to get a fight, though. When they got fights right there at 160.
Oh,
like you can't get one fight
It's
at
too
160.
dangerous. It's too dangerous.
It's not too dangerous, but dog, why they can't get a fight in their
So why you
division?
making excuses?
Why they can't get a fight in their division, dog?
Ask them. Ask them.
Man, Danny Jagger, they can't get a Danny Jagger fight at least. You can't get Triple G. You can't get Danny Jagger. You can't get Canelo. Come on, man. Too many people.
Danny Jacobs, that's an A-side, champ. Danny about to get a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. That's what you don't understand until you do something, you the B-side. You see how Danny treated Charlo? You ain't making no M's yet. You ain't on my level. What's your man name? Body Snatcher? What was it? Bone Crusher? Get on my level? Who the fuck made that song? Y'all better get y'all shit together. Get it together. Oh, you saying we got to go to 175 to get a fight? Oh, so it's dangerous for Andre and Charlo, but not for Canelo as a cherry. Oh, this nigga Canelo cherry picking, man. He cherry picking. Oh, y'all hilarious, man. It's funny as hell. I love it. I love it, though. Tell you that. Jose in Dallas, talk to me.
What up, Jose?
¿Qué pasó, mi raza? Calling you all back up again. I guess we got Canelo-Kovalev this time. I like Canelo probably in the late rounds. I want to say 9 or 10. I think the first, like another caller said, the first 3 or 4 rounds going to be Kovalev just throwing jab. And, of course, I'm sorry, I'm at work. But, and Canelo's going to be studying him for the first 3 or 4 rounds, not going crazy. Canelo's not going to be that fighter, that Mexican fighter that we all want to see where you take 3 or 4 to land your 1 or 2. He's never going to do that. He's never been that. He's never going to be that. So we can, throw that out the window. But as far as Kovalev being a cherry pick, I don't think he's a cherry pick. At the end of the day, he's going to be a hard fight. Kovalev can still fight. Kovalev can still throw. Kovalev's still a good puncher. So, again, at the end of the day, I don't see Kovalev going, though, the 12 rounds. I think the trainer, he might even stop the fight. I want to say on the 10th round when he sees Kovalev taking the body shot. After a while, he might leave it on the buddy's hand and just stop it. Because, again, those body shots are going to take its toll at the end of the day. But, again, that's my call, guys. And, good show. Thanks.
Hey, Mike, why Andre ain't asking Eddie to line him up with Callum Smith?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, look, man, sooner or later, Demetrius Andre's going to have to either get a fight with one of those big guys or start making his own path and maneuvering his own way. And he may have to chase down Billy Joe Saunders and get that a fight going at 160 or 168, you know what I'm saying, whatever Billy Joe wants to fight at. But, yeah, it's tough because it's like what Canelo
and real quick to NO, and nobody ain't even text me this, but NO, that was a whack analogy using Shane because he cheated.
Oh yeah, he did.
He cheated.
Right.
He cheated, but there it goes. Look, he cheated, and that's why he didn't really get A-side status. Remember, after that, he still had to jump in the ring and beg Floyd.
Yeah.
He had to hawk down Floyd because that's what you gotta do as the B-side. Just follow the blueprint, man. The B-side is there, man. Follow the blueprint. Making it all hard, man. Follow the blueprint.
Well, Canelo, he gets the pick of the litter, you know what I'm saying, just based off the sheer revenue that he generates. So for those guys, going up to 168 and fighting Kovalev might not be as easy and as lucrative to lure Kovalev into a fight like that. So, I mean, it's kind of
whose fault is that, yo? You see, this is the thing. Boxing fan is fickle. I remember long ago, Fernando Guerrero, not Robert Guerrero, Fernando Guerrero, okay? Blacker than you, okay, was the A-side. 8,000 tickets in Salisbury, Maryland. Dominican. Undefeated. All right? You could be the A-side if they build you, man. Before he start taking all them losses, because he got beat up by a lot of people after that. You going to see it in the chat like, this nigga really bringing up Fernando? Yeah. He was enough of a draw, sold enough tickets. He was trained with Barry Hunter. That Al was like, you know what? We're going to sign you.
I got to see how many tickets Demetrius Andre sold in Rhode Island when he fought.
I don't know, but I know my man was selling 8,000 in Salisbury, Maryland, like nothing, chilling.
I mean, yeah, like you said, the blueprint is there. You know what I'm saying? I guess they think of it. They got a title. Canelo's going to want to unify, but that ain't necessarily how it goes all the time. I think you might end up seeing Demetrius Andre versus Triple G. Both guys are promoted by Eddie and Hearn. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn helps Triple G now and guys Demetrius Andre. So one of like Billy Joe Saunders, Triple G, Demetrius Andre. Out of that triangle, one of those guys got to fight each other. I mean, two of those guys got to fight each other, and the other one probably fight Callum Smith.
You ain't even gonna get that.
You don't think so?
Because look, you could easily get Billy Joe versus Chris
Callum
Eubank.
Smith.
Nope. Not even that. Not even that. Not even that. Listen, with Billy Joe being as good as he is, already having the win over Chris Eubank, they don't necessarily got to do that fight on DAZN. I know he just signed and all that. Yeah, okay. But they don't necessarily got to do that fight on DAZN, you know? And we've seen that already. We see that with Top Rank, they can play fair. So why would DAZN or not forget DAZN, because, again, the one driving the ship over there is Matchroom. And Matchroom's going to do what's best for them and their stable. You know, the broadcaster is just DAZN. So for Matchroom, why put Billy Joe and Callum versus each other? Yeah, it's a unification, but now one of them is beltless. You know, you could still take Billy and do a big fight with Eubank, a rematch that you know he's comfortable and you're comfortable, he should win, but it's still a big fight. You know, and then you can take Callum and give him something else, you know. I don't know. I didn't think that far in this little conversation. Callum is the one on the island by himself, to be honest.
And like coming from like Joe Gallagher, like they are kind of
looking at other offers, allegedly.
Anxious, upset, you know what I'm saying, wanted to be in big fights. So Triple G's going to end up fighting one of these guys. If Canelo, like, because Oscar, it was a article on Boxing Scene. Oscar just like, Triple G got to do something. He gotta show us his work. You know what I'm saying? He gotta go out there and make some noise or whatever. But with that being said, so I don't think that they are looking in Triple G's direction, even for the Cinco de Mayo date.
Not at all, man. They are freezing him out. They're freezing him out. And if Canelo keeps doing fights like this, DAZN is happy. So that forces Triple G to fight Andre. What are you gonna do? This ain't HBO. What, they gonna let him do mandatory defenses? He gonna fight Dominic Wade again?
Oh, I want to see the fucking WBA mandate Triple G. I mean, Canelo and Callum Smith. Because Canelo got the regular.
Yeah, because one is the regular. Canelo is. They just gonna do what they did to Gervonta. They gonna strip Callum of the WBA Super, give it to Canelo, and make him Callum the regular, like they did Machado. They gonna do like they did Machado.
That's fucked up.
Let me go to Boomerang Mastermind. Joseph, what up?
What up, Bishop of Mix?
What up? I got a few points to hit on. For one, Mike, Jaime Munguia's situation is similar, except that Saddam Ali is a natural 147-pounder. You know, he just kind of upset the odds beating Cotto.
Tell Cotto that. Shit, he knocked Cotto ass down.
Yeah, but Cotto's bicep also
Cotto
tore in that fight.
Retiring. And he knew it was over. It was his last fight.
Yeah, he wanted that check.
To everybody talking about Canelo needs to fight Charlo and Andre, I want to see them fight too, but how come we never hear somebody say Andre and Charlo should fight each other?
They should.
You know, that's yeah, you know what I mean? You hear all these calls, but you never hear about, well, you know what, let's knock the other guy off and make it to where there's no other option. I'm the only option. And then also, at 154, for somebody who called and said Canelo didn't clear out, at the time at 154, he fought Charlo, who was the top guy. He fought Lauder, who was the top guy. The Charlos weren't really popping, and I guarantee you, in 2014, if I asked you who Demetrius Andre was, you wouldn't know. And one last point. About the steroid thing, talking about how he came up from 140. Ness said it for you. He was 15. I guarantee you he wasn't even the same height that he is now. So you can't pick out things. Times change, people change. Even if Canelo was to fight Andre, Charlo, and Billy Joe back to back and beat them all three, I guarantee you there's going to be another name that they want to see and that they're going to say he's ducky. So it never stops. There's always a new flavor.
Cut it.
That's absolutely true. Floyd said that, man. They gonna build up another guy. Canelo knocks over Triple G. It'll be Andre. Cause look, after Triple G, everybody felt he got the legitimate win in the second fight. So they were banging a drum for Daniel Jacobs. Now he whitewashes Daniel Jacobs, and it's like, yo, it's Andre, Charlo, Andre. Like, that's why he got to do his own thing. And it was another caller said, yo, he don't ever fight the guy. Bro, he fought all the guys. The better phrase is he don't fight him when you want. He fights him when he wants. But he fight them all. He fought them all because he fought Trout, he fought Laura, he fought Cotto, he fought Triple G, and he fought Jacobs. Like, now he about to fight Kovalev. Like, y'all wilding for real.
We got a super chat from NO. Who was the best at steamrolling tomato cans?
He gonna say Triple G. Let's see what Triple G looked like after Gregory Proska. Let's see. Gregory Proska is when he stepped on the scene on HBO at 160. Then he fought. Now, this is the difference, though. Everybody wants to fight Canelo, Mike. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Okay. People were legitimately ducking Triple G. Can we agree on that, or you wasn't around for that?
Who was ducking him?
Man, a lot of people. Was ducking him. Jacobs definitely prolonged that fight. Peter Quillen definitely prolonged. I mean, all of them ducked him, man. They all ducked him. The word duck could be used for all of them. Billy Joe included. Remember, Billy Joe is like, Golovkin will beat me and you on the same night.
Yes, yeah, he definitely said that.
Nobody wanted to. Listen, Eddie Hearn just released a story like, yo, Tom Lawfer called me. Like, yo, we'll give Darren Barker a title shot. Hell no. Hung up the phone on him. Like, Sergio Martinez ducked him. Everybody ducked him. So, like, people like, yeah, he knocked over tomato cans because nobody wanted to fight him. All right? And the only thing anybody could argue with me is, but Ness, you telling Andre to move up because Canelo don't want to fight him, right? So Golovkin should have moved up, and he should have. And I banged the drum for that. I was mad that he didn't fight Andre Ward. He could have been his own A-side, but he didn't. They had a different route, and they went a different route, and they knew they would have lost, and we all knew he would have lost. We wanted him to fight Ward because he was dominating all them other dudes, and everybody else was afraid, and we knew Ward wouldn't be afraid, and Ward wasn't afraid, but we knew what was going to happen. We was only forcing Triple G because people didn't want to fight him. And let me help these fickle ass fucking boxing fans. Oh, Canelo ducked Triple G. Man, you talking about a dude that moved up from 40 to 47 to 54 to fight the dude that other natural 60 pounders. Do we need to go down the list of the niggas that started in that division? They started there. Canelo got to come up from 40 to take care of y'all light work. Light work. None of y'all fought him and made 1 million pay-per-view buys. None of y'all fought him and beat him. Light work. He took care of that. But the way you paint the picture, Mike, you can receive the story differently. Canelo ducking Triple G. How you ducking a dude 2 divisions above you? You ducking Triple G, but you fighting Cotto at 54. Or 55-pound catch weight, because Cotto, they was doing their own thing. Everybody do their own thing. That's part of the game. Kevin in Chicago. Oh, sorry.
Got a super chat from the Agitator Boxing. Am I blocked from calling? No, the line's probably just down right now, bro. So
yeah, you got to call in on Skype.
You got to call in on Skype. Just add Nestor Gibbs on Skype, and we'll get you patched through.
Hell yeah, Billy Joe was scared to death. You out on press conferences
to
promote
on record,
your own fight saying that. And that's just a few names, man. Listen, I ain't even want to say.
He ain't going to beat me in the same day.
Bro, I ain't even want to say Peter Quillen. Peter Quillen, before he got that Al Heyman deal, I want Gennady Golovkin. He ain't never call him Gennady. I want Gennady Golovkin. I want Gennady. Soon as he got that Al Heyman deal, it's like, nah, man. We got a plan. We got a plan. And that was the plan. That's how it is. Like, come on, man. Don't tell me Triple G was out here knocking over Kane. He was, because nobody ain't want to fight him. And guess what? He was taking care of them dudes.
Yeah, he was knocking them fuck out.
He was taking care of them dudes. He knocked Gregory Proska out.
Battered David Lemieux.
Gabriel Rosado moved up. Dan to be great from 54. He got
battered him too.
He got bloodied. Nobuhiro Shiba coming off a knockout win over James Kirk. Nobody ever thought Nobuhiro Shiba was going to knock out James Kirk because the dude had like 4 knockouts. He knocked out James Kirk, dropped him like 3 times. Fought Gennady. Gennady iced this dude in Monaco in 3.
William Monroe.
Matthew Macklin. People still ain't knocking out Matthew Macklin. He like 60 years old. They still not knocking him out. Let me just click on this to show you. Oh, no, I'm saying Matthew Macklin, but I meant to say Martin Murray, which is another dude he beat up.
Yeah.
You know? But Matthew Macklin was I was live at this fight in Connecticut, three-round body shot. Curtis Stevens, this one I got on the hype train. All them other fights, I wasn't on it. I was not on it. None of these. But right here, Stevens hit him with that double left hook. I said, what? What? That motherfucker walked through that shit like the Terminator. I said, damn, it's over. He's a problem. No, for real, he's a problem. And he was. Look, nobody still ain't knocked this dude out.
Knock him down.
Dude's a problem. He coming forward. I can hear the Terminator. Dun, dun, dun. You know, however that shit go. The Adama fight, whatever, that was whatever because, it was whatever. It is what it is. That's Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo is a very rich country, and they be paying big bucks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Eddie Hearn got a fight there on the 30th.
Yep. So he went out to Monte Carlo. Yeah, because that's the thing. They trying to do it like every November or some shit. But he went out to Monte Carlo and got that check, just like everybody get their check. Came back and fought Daniel Gill, bruh. Daniel Gill was a dude that I had on this show all the time. This dude is a 2-time 160-pound champion. You can't see, the thing is, we fickle. So we like, Daniel Gill, who the fuck is Daniel Gill? Ness, Australian, come on, Ness, oh yeah. But yo, 2-time champ. Yo, you could do, hey Mike, I could find a case. I could be a dickhead and be like, come on, man, he fought for a vacant title, man. He ain't really no champ, Mike. Come on, it was a vacant title versus. Look at Billy Joe. Billy Joe, we know he good, but he fought who? Who he fought for that title, right? So I could be like, come on, man, he ain't really no champ. But guess what? Billy Joe did it twice. It ain't no fluke when you did it twice.
Yeah,
he was a champ at 60. He's a champ at 68. Now it's different. It's different. And Gill was a champ twice. And Gennady washed him, man. And I think Cotto fought him too and went more rounds maybe.
Cotto fought Gill?
Yeah, look, Cotto did it in one more round,
Damn.
And Darren Barker went to split decision with him. He beat Anthony Mundine. He beat Felix Sturm. Felix Sturm is the dude that everybody knows beat fucking Oscar De La Hoya. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's relevant wins. Sebastian Sylvester, he also beat. They relevant wins, but now in retrospect, it's like, who the fuck is Daniel Gill? He got retired. Of course, you getting beat up on by motherfucking Gennady. Then your next fight is Cotto. You out, B. 2 dudes knocked you out. It's over. You a 2-time champ. You got 2 big paydays. It's like, man, I'm out. And, but go down the line. He's like, yo, he called in and he called them cans, right? So Marco Antonio Rubio is a can. Well, Darrell, who going to be fighting on the pay-per-view, went 12 with this can. But Gennady murdered him in 2. And this can got a knockout win over David Lemieux. But that's what I'm saying. We fickle as boxing fans. We want to argue, and, I need to make Ness look bad. So you know what? Everybody on Gennady resume is cans. Nah, fam. Nah, because there's a lot of motherfuckers on this resume that some of them dudes won't beat. It's just that simple. Martin Murray, again, he knocked him out in 11. Let me click on Murray, man. He got one knockout. And that's by who? Gennady. He lost 5 times. That's what I'm talking about. A can, but other elite level fighters can't knock him out, right? So he lost to Hassan N'Dam. He couldn't knock him out. He lost to George Groves. He couldn't knock him out. Now, George Groves is Callum Smith's biggest win. We think Callum Smith is the big dick at 175 because he beat up George Groves. Meanwhile, he couldn't knock out Martin Murray, right? Arthur Abraham, he was a king at 160 for so long. Super 6, all that good shit. Killing it in Germany, knocking dudes out left and right. He could not knock him out. But Gennady knocked him out. Come on, y'all. And let me tell you, those names I mentioned, they should have been able to knock him out, Mike, because they all fought him after Gennady knocked him out. So he softened them up for you, and you still couldn't do it. You still couldn't do it.
And they probably fought him at 168 too.
Of course they did. Let me go out to Kevin in the Chi-Town. Kevin, what up?
What up, Kev?
What's up, guys? Canelo, who do you win for that super middleweight title? Rocky Fielding? Come on, he cherry-picked that fight. There's a reason he didn't move up and fight Callum Smith. There's a reason he didn't move up and fight Caleb Plant. He picked Rocky Fielding because he's the weakest champion in the history of that division, practically. That dude sucks. He moved up and picked that fight. He cherry-picked it. And there's a reason he's moving up and fighting Kovalev. He's cherry-picking Kovalev. He's not fighting Bivol. He's not fighting Gazdik. He's cherry-picking that fight. And Daniel Jacobs, he cherry-picked that fight.
Gazdik in the unification.
I mean, Daniel Jacobs was coming off a split decision win over Sergey Derevyanchenko when Derevyanchenko was walking him down the entire fight, and he squeaked out a split decision. And then Canelo saw that fight, like, sign me up. That dude, I'll fight that dude. He's getting walked down the whole fight, won a split decision. That's the fight I want. So, yeah, and then what's it called? This whole daring to be great nonsense. Yeah, he's daring to be great because he got nothing to lose. His belts aren't on the line. If he loses, he fought a bigger guy. You're supposed to lose. And if he wins, it's history made. He fought a bigger champion, blah, blah, blah. The same thing with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia moved up in weight. He lost to Errol Spence. Like, Errol Spence is just too big. You got nothing to lose, man. You're supposed to lose that fight. Now, if he went down and got smoked like he's supposed to against Lomachenko.
Cut it.
Stainless.
I always found out a way to bring up Lomachenko.
Yo, it's a lot of people upset, but I guess we just upset for different reasons.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think Kovalev's up to Canelo's level. You know what I'm saying? But I guess the real question would be who is. You know what I'm saying? I do think it'd be a very competitive fight between him and Andre, maybe even 50-50. I think Canelo will beat Charlo, to be honest. And 68, it's not a lot there. You know, maybe Billy Joe. Maybe in another couple of years, Caleb Plant will be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? But so he kind of just got to fight whoever you feel like fighting. I mean, outside of maybe Andre, I don't really see a lot of competition for him at 160. You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to Triple G, Charlo, or anybody else at 160. But, you know, Andre has a higher skill set. You know what I'm saying? But he hasn't been challenged. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what to expect from that guy. So, I don't know. Maybe we should just take a step back and, you know, let reality sink in for a second instead of, you know what I'm saying, just speaking out of emotion and what our heart. Because we passionate about what we're talking about, but, you know what I'm saying, it seems like the hate for the wrong reason to me. But that's all I got. I got to get ready to go to this other.
Cut it.
Stainless, man, thanks for calling in. Yeah, man, I mean, look, man, people going to have their opinion, man. That's what this is all about, opinion-based show. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We just reached 107,500 yesterday, so we just keep chugging away, trying to get to that 200K so that, you know, we could be living under the sun one day. Yeah. So, yeah, man, we got a few other reports. Stick around. You never know. We might be back. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. And smash that thumbs up on the way in or on the way out or when you just here chilling, listen to us.